Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to introduce you to the most fuel efficient car in the market. And of course this is a sedan, so it is a car that most people would always want to go for, especially for those of you who do not like SUVs. You just want a car that you can use to cruise around, but fuel efficiency being your top priority. Now the fuel economy on this on average is 23.5 kilometers per liter, which is some excellent fuel economy. And remember, thanks to the Honda hybrid system, which gives you excellent power output and a balanced performance. Okay, so what you have to know is that this is not a performance car. It is a mid-level luxury sedan, which is actually very good, and it prioritizes comfort, it prioritizes fuel efficiency, and it prioritizes reliability. So we are going to talk about the 5 good things that will make you purchase this 2019 Honda Insight hybrid. Of course it is a hybrid, so don't worry, you can't see all those badging here and there. Zimetolewa. I think the previous user of the car hated all those hybrid badgings, kwa hii imetolewa, but I can assure you that this is a 1.5 liter hybrid Honda Insight 2019 model. So I'm going to take you through, and before that, let us get a 360-degree view of this amazing unit. So if you're interested in purchasing this car, this is basically what you get. This is how the car looks like from the front side. Very beautiful, nicely designed. Some good eye aesthetics for this unit. Remember, the previous version was it lacked some exciting finishing on it, but for the new models the car looks absolutely amazing. This design is just fine. And of course also you're seeing from the headlights, they actually look good. You get some amazing fog lights over there. The tires are amazing, and also the general view of the car looks pretty much awesome. And the best thing about this is that although also the rear side received some sort of uplifting or some modification on it, so it looks very different from the previous versions. Right now you get this amazing set of LED taillights. You have a mix of bulb and LEDs inside there. It says Honda Insight. On the lower side you have some reflectors here and there, a number of sensors on the rear side for safety. And right now you have this a small wing over here, or should I call it a spoiler. And also generally in the interior, this is what you get. Starting from the door, you get a bit of leather finishing. As you access the interior, it looks very good. The design is a bit stylish, and also the quality on the seats this time around, this is actually pretty good, and the seats are electrically adjustable. Now on the rear side also, it feels so good, and when it comes to the legroom and the headroom on this, it's actually amazing. Some very good space on this amazing unit. Now, that being the 360-degree view of the car, we are going to talk about the most important things about this amazing unit. So, number one is the fuel efficiency. Of course, we said this car is powered by a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid petrol engine with 2 electric motors. And those electric motors works hand in hand with the petrol engine to ensure that you get the best fuel economy out of this amazing sedan. Now the 2 electric motors works hand in hand with the petrol engine, and in this case, if you want better fuel economy, you can engage the icon button, which will always show up with this kind of tree design here. I think is that supposed to mean efficiency or environmental or whatever. Now, but if you want the best experience out of this, you can always activate the EV mode by pressing that button, and that will actually make sure that the car always drives in EV mode. Okay, it's saying the key is not here. The car is in EV mode. This means the car will drive purely on the electric motors, and that is only possible if you're driving at low speeds in the city, and that is also very good because the car will drive purely without engaging the engine. The power that has been stored in the electric batteries is what will power the powertrain of this car directly, and that somehow gives you instant torque, instant power output, which is good. The only downside about that is that you only use it at low speeds for minimal periods of time. Now if you don't like to go a bit faster, or maybe you've joined the highway and you need to cruise, the petrol engine has to take over, and in that case, if you want to drive a bit faster, then you have to engage the sports button, and immediately you press that button, you can hear the engine engage. Alafu unaona pia pale juu it has changed kidogo, it's now reddish, unlike ile time ilikuwa inakaa greenish. Also you get this sports button right there. So you have 3 driving modes. You have the icon, which of course unaona it changes that, and also you feel the engine relax a bit. You go to EV mode, the engine will shut down kidogo to ensure that it is fully in EV, but you have to ensure that the engines, the electric motors or the batteries are fully charged or very well charged to engage the EV. Angalia hapa nasema the EV is not ready. So basically, in terms of fuel economy, this car gives you everything that you might need. An average of 23.5 kilometers per liter in the city, and an average of 20.1 kilometers per liter in the highway. We said in the highway, that's why the engine will take over, and 20.1 kilometers per liter is still good for me. And yeah, kama unataka kuendesha tu pole pole, you can put it on econ. The car will balance between the fuel economy, between the engine and the electric motors. So we said this car has 2 electric motors. One motor is purely for driving the powertrain of the car, while the other motor is used to tap in or to regenerate the power for the batteries. So one is for powering the car, while the other one is for power regeneration. So that is some very sleek design for this Honda Insight. Now the second thing that will make you purchase this Honda Insight, or the second thing that you have to look at when purchasing this car, is the practicality of the vehicle. And one of the most practical things about this Honda Insight is the ground clearance. Of course, unaangalia this one, you get 15.5 centimeters of ground clearance. That is not very bad for the Kenyan market. Maybe if you're driving in uneven roads, maybe you might need to use the heavy duty aftermarket suspensions to lift it a bit, but for normal daily driving, that 15.5 will be able to handle the Kenyan roads, especially if you're driving in the highway or in the city. Now practicality also involves what you get in the interior, and we are going to start from this side right here. When it comes to the seating, look at how the seats are. These are very, very comfortable seats, and this being a modern car, you get better quality, improved design. This one, of course, you can see some amazing stitches. The seats has perforations, so probably the seats are heated on this unit, of which it is, and also the seats are electrically adjustable. For the older versions, they used to prioritize manual seat adjustments, but right now these ones are all electric, so it is actually amazing. Another point about practicality is the space that you get in the interior. If you're looking for a car that will give you good space for a family of 5 or 6 individuals, this is it. You got also the spacing on the rear side. Nikiwa nimekaa hapa, I feel good, though it's not the best, but for daily use, this is actually nice. And also you notice that I can tuck my feet inside there, and that is with the driver seat pushed to the rear side. Unaangalia kwa rails, the front the driver seat imesukuma all the way to the rear side. So if you want to balance that space, wewe akisongesha kiti kidogo, I'm pretty sure you'll be very, very comfortable here on the rear side. You have a bit of pockets here and there. Maybe you want to sleep, you can put your phone here. Mwingine ataweka simu yake hapa, and also you have this pocket here for you guys to put some extra features for you guys. It comes with the drop down armrest for 2 cup holders. Yeah, if you guys metoka summer tides ama mnaenda sijui whatever the bag, of course you can enjoy yourselves with these 2 cup holders here. Even though they are a bit shallow, this is actually pretty good. So for practicality, huku ndani kuko sawa. The sitting inside there is actually amazing, and the driver and the front passenger are the ones who will enjoy more, because you have a bit more of space sitting inside here. You can stretch your legs all the way, and this is always for the driver and the front passenger, and the individuals that will always enjoy that. And also for the front passenger seat, the seats are electrically adjustable, so this is actually pretty nice. Another third thing about practicality is the boot space that you get in this. So with this car you get 480 liters of boot space, and we said the boot space is opened by that button on the front side. Ukifungua hapa, this is what you get. Oh, it's not electric, that's just a lever to open this. So basically this is it. Unaangalia venye huko nyuma kuko, you get some amazing space over here. There's some great spacing, 430 liters. Even though it's not very deep, it's because you have your electric batteries on the lower side. You have your compressor, your towing hook over here, and some other accessories for this unit. So if you're looking for a car that will give you some good space in the rear seats, in the boot section, This is good. And also remember, you can fold the rear seats using these latches. Unaangalia? Yes, so ukivuta hii vizuri, you will be able to fold those rear seats for additional space. But for a sedan like this, what is your business trying to fold the rear seats? Unataka kubeba nini hapa ndani? Unless if you have some high profile luggage that you'd want to carry inside there. Point number 3, which is actually very important personally to me, European Eco, very important when buying a car. In this case, we're going to talk about the technology and the design of the vehicle, which is actually amazing. This is an improved version of the Honda Insight. It actually looks very sleek, streamlined, some very clean lines over here, at least to make the car look aesthetically impressive, which is actually amazing. A bit of chrome here and there, which unaangalia kuko sawa. A lot of chrome on the front side to make the car look beautiful. The headlights are being redesigned. You have your turn signal on top, which you can also use as your daytime running lights, and additional daytime running lights on this side. And of course you have your main LED headlights down here. And if you love fog lights, this car comes with it. Of course you have this LED fog lights on the lower side of the car, which is actually amazing. This is pretty good. And for Honda to use such kind of design, they have you in mind, especially for the young generation, wanataka gari zinakaa fiti. This Honda Insight is very, very stylish. From the outside or the side profile of the car, it looks absolutely amazing. This is something very good. It looks amazing. This car competes with the likes of Mazda Tenza, Toyota Premio, Toyota Allion, and maybe the Mazda Xela also. But honestly, this time around, I think Honda nailed it. Wametengeneza gari inakaa fiti sana. Ukiangalia on the sides, you have the 17-inch machine cut alloy wheels, which feels amazing. The tires are good. On the side, everything looks okay. On the side mirrors, you have a bit of chrome, LED turn signals, no cameras on this. On the sides, keyless entry, which feels amazing. You have chrome finish all along the window panes, at least to bring out the styling on the car. And if you look at the rear side, it feels good. This is also part of where most people would look like. From the rear side, I would also want my car to look nice, and this Honda Insight is exactly that. Gari inakaa fiti sana. This is some very wonderful design, nicely done over here. And unlike the previous Honda Insight, huku nyuma kidogo inakaa fiti. It now looks like a proper sedan. The other one didn't look like a very good sedan, but iko fiti. I love this wing over here. Iko fiti, it looks nice. This is some very good styling. And now you have these amazing taillights, which cuts all the way to the boot section. Your brake lights, your reverse lights over there, your turn signal on the top, and a bit of LEDs playing here and there, just to bring out the style on these units. Now, some additional features that you get on this, kuna some reflectors over here, a bit of chrome here and there, sensors, your Honda badging right there. And whoever used this car in Japan, maybe hakuwa anapenda seeing the hybrid badging on this. So there's clearly no hybrid badging on this unit. On the rear side, it's usually available on this side, ni mtu alitoa, and also it's usually placed somewhere here on this panel. Of course, from what you're seeing on the Honda Vezel, imewekwa hapo. So whoever used this car aliamua hataki hizo vitu, akaamua kuzitoa. Now let us look about the interior when it comes to the tech that you get inside here. And the first thing that you'll notice on the side mirrors is this. This shows you that this car has the blind spot monitoring system. But that we'll talk about that when it comes to the other features. Now ukiangalia hapa, everything feels good. The design is absolutely amazing. It's not overdone. I think it's just straightforward. Kila kitu inakaa fiti. And starting from this, you have this soft plastic material over here, synthetic leather down here with some amazing stitches. I think this is more of paint on the door handles. Power door controls for your side mirrors, synthetic leather finish here, though it's not the softest, iko sawa. And down here, you have your door bins, which are not the largest. Comparing to other cars, I think this is slightly smaller. Some speakers, not the largest, and also you have this button to open the tailgates. Now, as you access the interior, this is simply how the car is. It feels so good. It is actually nice. And also when it comes to the quality of the seats, the design, the styling feels to be nicely done. The Honda thought about it nicely, and they decided to give you some amazing design on this. Starting from the headrest, stitches, perforations, the stitches over here, the lumbar support. The base area is quite large, so whichever size you are, you'll be very comfortable on this. And because this is a modern car, you get electric seat adjustments. Now, as you sit in the cockpit of this amazing unit, this is actually what you get. It feels so good, it feels so modern, and because we're in the modern era, we need modern cars, and that is exactly what Honda are doing. So starting from this side, you have your air vents over here. We have several buttons here to adjust on your trips. Your push to start button, which is located very close to the door. I think each and every car company has a design that feels a bit funny. You can get ndani already ushaiwasha, or you can, if you're outside the car, you can easily switch it on from this side. For Mazda, usually it is placed somewhere here. I think it's hidden almost on this side. So for Honda, I think this is very much convenient. It's also very much okay. Down here you have extra features. You can activate your parking sensors using this button. You can arm the sensors all around the vehicle using this button here. And of course you can switch on and off your traction control using this. And for the engine bay, you can open it using this button here. And of course for your tailgate, we said this is there. So all the nini za kufungua ziko hapa, tailgate, your bonnet, and the fuel cap. I don't know where is this cup ya kufungua the all right, anyway. Okay, back to the steering wheel. You get this leather steering wheel here, which feels so good. This is nicely done. This is, I give them some very good marks on this in a graffiti, beautiful stitches. And here you have controls for the infotainment system. From here you can be able to control the infotainment. You can play around or toggle through the infotainment system. Your volume button, iko hapa. You can select the source where you want your media to come from. You also get your paddle shifters, which is pretty good. On either side of the steering wheel, you can hang and receive your phone if it is connected. And also you have this, what do you call it? The speech recognition system. So if that is what you are looking for. Sorry, I got interrupted kidogo. We need to move this car a bit kidogo so that we allow that other vehicle to move. But we are good, so we can continue. On this side, you have your cruise control. Remember, for the latest Honda Insight, this one comes in a standard. If you're going for the LX, the EX, or the touring trim of this car, I forgot to tell you that this car has 3 trims. You have the LX, which is the base or the entry. You have the EX, which is the mid-range, and of course you have the touring, which is the highest grade, which here in Kenya we don't get that much. Huku tunapata ile the base, which is the LX, and we get the EX, and this one is the EX trim. So this is well balanced in terms of the features that you get. The steering wheel also is manually adjustable. There's a lever down here, which of course you can use to adjust this steering wheel. So if you feel like the steering wheel is not nicely positioned, you can always adjust that. Being a technologically improved car, you get all digital clusters on this. Alafu naangalia, since this is a hybrid vehicle, you get mostly some of the things being blue and green. I assume that is usually what is used to denote some things in a hybrid car. So the battery charge on this iko almost on the lower side. Ukiacha gari ama ukiwa una drive slowly, it will charge all the way to full. That's when you can drive your car in EV mode. So it's charging. Itakuonyesha how much power that you're getting. Everything else is okay. Your speedometer and of course your fuel gauge, among so many other things. Now if you're engaging the driving modes that you get in this car, ukiweka eco mode, for example, unaona inaleta this thing here which shows your icon. Ukiweka sports, everything changes. Also the RPM on the car kidogo ina kanasonga juu kidogo, and on the side you see it has turned to red to show you that the car is ready to be put in EV mode. And also you can put the car in EV mode, but it has to be fully charged for you to activate this. So for now imekataa kuactivate, probably hapa inatuambia that the car is not ready in EV mode. So you can leave it at icon, which is actually pretty good. Other than that, everything is straightforward. Kila kitu unaona hapo iko sawa, and hapa inatuambia the key is not with me. Yeah, the key is somewhere outside this vehicle. Now for the center console, this is what you get. Some very good design. For Honda, I think this is a step up. The previous versions ilikuwa inakaa funny kidogo. It was not the best, but right now it's good. Starting from here, you get your air vents, which feels amazing. And for the Japanese ACs, they are usually very powerful. Your hazard buttons over here, a large infotainment system from Gathers, which is actually amazing. And Nangalia, it is touch sensitive, which means you can move through it via the touchscreen or using the controls on the infotainment system. So this car supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but if the car maybe iko 2019 huko nyuma, you have to update that to be able to use the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto features. In the meantime, unaweza tumia Bluetooth connectivity, unaweza tumia radio, unaweza weka your TV and all that. All those things are available for you guys. So for the infotainment system this time around, it feels to be very modern. Everything is good, everything is nice, no complaints about it. For Honda, this is the car is moving in the right direction. Controls for your ACs down here. You have your rotary controls for the AC, which is actually good. You can synchronize the AC and for the cockpit, of course, or you can put it in auto. The car will adjust the temperatures by itself. Of course, you can see the fan speed have increased around here, of which if you don't need that, unaweza kapunguza, unasikia immediately AC kama ileta shida hapa. So other than that, everything else feels so good. You get your heated seats both for the driver and the passenger, which is amazing. And down here on the center console also, you get some very good design. So starting from here, for your power output, you have your 12-volt output, 2 USB ports to charge your accessories, and also you have this pad here, maybe for your phone. And for the touring trim, inakuja na wireless charging. If your phone supports wireless charging, you can put it here and it will always charge. The gear shifter on this changed for Honda's almost in the 2019 market ilibadilika kidogo. Right now you have these physical buttons. Now unaangalia, you have your electronic parking brake right here. You can auto hold the brakes. You can put the car in drive via this button. Neutral, reverse, you have to push it in, and of course for park you have to push that button there. So some other people like it, watu wengine hawaipendi. Some other people, I think they prefer the old design mali uko na gear shifter. Especially I love Mazda because with them they usually retain some of the most practical things in a car, but this one also is very good. If you're not good with the gear shifter, you can just be pressing this, which is also a move in the right direction. Sorry for that. And yeah, it comes down to personal preference. Watu wengine watapenda hii because at least it inatoa zile obstacles when you're playing around here. At least the gear shifter haiko hapo. Storage space on the center console. This is not the firmest center console, iko sawa. It's a bit more plasticky and cheap, but it is okay. Utashinda kupigana nayo, so it will serve the purpose. These are fake leather, these are just rubber with some stitches on them. Storage space iko hapa. You also get a deeper storage space right there. So if you have some stuff to store, you can use it like that, or you can double it as your armrest. So this is very practical of Honda Insight. On the top side, you have your analog rear view mirror, which is okay. LED lighting for the interior, which are quite powerful at night. Right now you might feel they are not very powerful. So with the seats, kila kitu iko sawa. The space is amazing, no complaints about it. And also for the rear side passengers, kila kitu iko sawa. They'll be pretty much comfortable. 3 large seats, a drop down armrest with 2 cup holders that will serve. I think that's actually very good for this Honda Insight. To add on the tech that you get on this, and in this time round I'm talking about the safety features. This one comes with the Honda Z sensing technology, which is a technology version for Honda. You get adaptive cruise control, you have blind spot monitoring system, lane keeping assist, lane departure assist, traction control, and of course your pre-collision monitoring system with cameras all around the vehicle to ensure that you get some very good safety on this amazing unit. So if safety is an issue, this car has 5-star on it, so you'll be pretty safe while driving this car through the highway, or you're trying to squeeze this car in busy streets here in Mombasa or in Nairobi. So the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring system, autonomous braking, lane keeping assist, lane departure assist will be very helpful when driving this car around. The fourth thing about this Honda Insight is the comfort that you get in this car. So for this unit, it's not a very comfortable car. This is not a luxury car, so you get balanced comfort, balanced handling, balanced fuel economy, and for all that to happen, you have to need some very good suspension system. And this Honda Insight uses the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs on the front side. That is for practicality, also for efficiency, and for cost effectiveness. Almost every other company will always employ the McPherson strut suspension because it is easy to manufacture, and also it is very easy to replace them in case of damage. If you try to compare to the double wishbone are a bit more complex and they are a bit more expensive. So if you want something that is very good, they'll always go for the McPherson strut suspension, which is very robust. It is proven to be the best type of suspension you can go for the small cars, especially for the front side, and it is the best especially for people who are looking for balanced economy in their cars. So for the front side, you're going to put your McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs, and also on this side you get 17-inch tires, 17-inch alloys to give you some very good ground clearance. And for the rear side, you get the independent multi-link suspension setup, which is an improved version, which is a better version of the suspensions instead of going for the torsion beam suspension system. So having a multi-link independent suspension system ensures that the car can handle the rural roads very, very, very well. So once you have the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs on the front side and the independent multi-link suspension system on the rear side, it means that you'll be driving a comfortable car, and also that gives you some very good handling. The handling is predictable on this, it's quite comfortable, and also it's a bit more softer, especially if you're driving in rough roads, you'll be pretty much comfortable. And in this case, I'll say Honda have done it nice. Once you drive this car, you'll understand why I'm saying Honda iko fiti. Remember, if you try to compare this with Mazda is a bit more firmer and sharper when handling, because Mazda are more oriented in sportiness, but for Honda we balance kila kitu. So in terms of the suspensions that you get on this, I'm pretty sure you'll be very comfortable and satisfied on this amazing unit. The last thing that will make you purchase this car at the moment is the pricing or the running cost also of this amazing vehicle. Now, this being a 2019 model, the average price for this starts from 2.35 million shillings all the way to 5.5 million shillings, depending on the trim level of the car that you'll choose. For example, you have the LX, which is the base entry, unaweza pata around 2.28 million shillings. For the EX kama hii, this is a mid-range, eco balance, it has so many features. So hii hapa Kenya watakuzia around 2.35 million shillings to around 2.4 million shillings. And for example, for this, ukiwa na 2.4 million shillings, you can bag yourself this amazing unit. And for the touring trim, hiyo iko high kidogo, hiyo unapata na around 2.45 all the way to 2.5 million shillings. Yeah, so if you try to compare that price to all the other cars yenye tumesema ina the competitors, remember Premio, Allion na the likes of Mazda Tenza, the pricing size imefika huko 2.8, almost zinafika 2.9 million shillings soon. So getting this car for 2.35, 2.4 million shillings to me is very, very good. Now another thing is the running cost on this car. Being a Honda, any company imekuwa Kenya for the longest time possible. So spare parts, sourcing it is easy, they are locally available. Maybe if it is the complex parts, that's what maybe you might need to import from outside, but for the normal spare parts and everything ziko available. The running cost on this kufanya service na kila kitu iko sawa, very, very cheap to run and to maintain. And when it comes to the reliability that you get on Honda, no complaints about it, iko sawa kabisa. These are tried and tested, so it is a car that you'll use for a very long time, and you'll still sell them at a very good value. And also, one thing that I'd like to say, if you're still scared of hybrid cars, remember this is the modern era and every other car is moving towards that direction. Remember Mazda all the way to 2024 hawako wametengeneza hybrid cars, lakini sahi they've partnered with Toyota to make hybrid vehicles. So the Toyota makes hybrid vehicles for Mazda, and Mazda pia wanawasaidia in terms of design. So hybrid systems are inevitable in the near future, so you guys should start getting used to hybrid cars. Napata wasi wananiambia sitaki gari hybrid kwa sababu ni mbaya, it's all that. And yeah, everybody is akona right ya kusema venye anataka, but remember these are tried and tested. For Honda zimekuwa for the longest time And the best thing that you can do is always know how to maintain your car and everything. It's not about the how the car is, it's about how you maintain it. Other than that, the cars are very good. This one here is available for 2.4 million shillings. And if you'd like to see other reviews of cars, make sure you follow me on this channel, Wadeki Auto Trading. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.